MHC isn't new, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome into another show of That's AW, where we talk everything women's sports. There's a lot of going on this week, but we're not actually recording this live in studio because, Jeffrey, where are you going?
I am going to California for the week to see my family. I'm bummed we're gonna miss an episode, but I haven't seen my family in like 6 months, and it's California, so I'm honestly really excited.
Can't pass up in California,
right?
What are you doing in California?
Honestly, probably a whole lot of nothing. My dad asked me, he's like, "What do you want to do while you're out here?" I'm like, they have like an annual street fair, or not an annual, they have a weekly street fair in Palm Springs. And I said to him, like, I want to go to the street fair because there's not as many people there in the summer. I want to do that on Thursday, but outside of that, I just kind of just want to like sit by the pool and read. So that's honestly my plan, like the entire week.
If you were to pick a genre of book, what book would you read? Like, you could only read one genre for the rest of your life.
Ooh. Does nonfiction count as a genre, or do I have to get like more specific than that? I like nonfiction. Like, you know, there's like, I definitely read a lot more. I like just analytical books that like delve into like, especially like scriptural analysis, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy that. I'm reading Miracles by C.S. Lewis right now. I'm almost done with it. It's really good. I'm enjoying it.
I used to be really into reading 2 summers ago when I worked at the YMCA. I did it, and I was really proud of myself. I was getting through a bunch of books, and then I just got busy, and then I just blame it on that. I'm just so busy. I can't finish that book, but I recently read the new Hunger Games book.
Oh my gosh.
I was proud of myself for that. You haven't read it yet.
I have read it.
You have read it? Okay.
And I wanted to cry. I did
cry.
I screamed at Suzanne Collins in my car for like 15 minutes afterwards.
And then, because they're obviously making a movie about it, it's probably going to be rated like RRR because some of the stuff, it's really dark and just gruesome.
If you guys haven't read it, you should
totally recommend.
It will crush your soul, and it's amazing.
Totally recommend.
Ellie, what about you? If you could only read one genre for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably like fairy fiction.
That's kind of fair.
Like the Court of Roses. It's a book series, and I don't remember. Sarah J. Maas and my roommate, old roommate, huge reader, really into all that stuff. And every TikTok, well, she doesn't have TikTok anymore. Instagram reel that comes up, I send them to her. And if she hasn't already seen it yet, from the notification you get at the bottom of Instagram reels that say that people like them, I'll send it to her. She's wonderful. Probably already seen them.
I love that. That's so kind of you.
Looking into this week, last week we talked All-Star, and then we had some All-Star breakdowns last night. We'll get into a little bit of that later into the segment, into the second segment. But I want to look into, I saw this week. We talked about pro softball, so Athletes Unlimited Softball League, the new professional league. There's 4 teams. I actually had not rosters, but standings pulled up. So like I said, 4 teams. You have the Talons, the Bandits, the Volts, and the Blaze. Talons are really leading right now. They have a record of 11-3 compared to your lowest team, which is the Blaze, who is 3-12. And they're just playing each other, correct?
Yeah, it's just them. This is sort of their inaugural season.
Yeah.
You know, for those who don't know, Athletes Unlimited, usually they do a lot of different sports, and they usually have like these very, very short seasons that are almost kind of like showcase style. So Athletes Unlimited softball has been a thing, but it's just been like Athletes Unlimited teams, usually like players will pick different teams each week, and it's pretty low key. But this is the first year they have solidified mascots, colors, drafts, official rosters. Like, this is the first time it's a run like a typical Americanized professional sports league. So this is kind of their inaugural season, but this year is like really when they're pushing it super hard. Like, they have agreements with the MLB, and I think it's going really well, and it's been a lot of fun.
And if I'm looking at their schedule right now, so like we said before, they play each other, but they don't play at the same stadiums all the time. They have 10 states that they travel to throughout the season to play at. And I'm bringing this up because they will be in Omaha this weekend, July 11th through the 13th. They will be playing at Connie Clausen Field.
Yes.
Which is very exciting, and this just means a lot for not only just the game of softball, but for Nebraska as well. We're really excited that we get to have them play here in Nebraska, and this could also potentially lead into something maybe a little bit bigger. What do you think, Jeffrey? Or do you think this could turn into something that could potentially be a new team here in Omaha?
I mean, I think it's a great idea because, you know, I think it gets a little bit overshadowed by really volleyball, especially, but like Nebraska, like, has a pretty solid softball culture.
Yeah.
Like, obviously the Huskers the last few years have been very, very good. And then Nebraska Omaha, who is hosting this tournament, like, they're a solid softball team year in and year out. As a Missouri fan, they really made life difficult for me last year because Missouri hosted all the way up to a super regional and hosted Nebraska Omaha and had to play the Mavericks in the regional final. Like, that team got really, really close to knocking off the Tigers. So they were a thorn in our side for a little bit.
But I think this is huge. I'm really, really mad that I can't go to this series. I leave Friday morning. But like, yeah, and I mean, it's very accessible. I mean, you know, again, it's at UNO, and tickets for, last I checked, tickets for the entire series are like $50.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
And like individual tickets, I think, are like $20-$25. And so it's not going to break the bank. And, you know, you're getting tickets to this, and each game has a little like promotional item. Like Friday, they're giving cowbells to the first 500 fans, which I think is super fun. And then, then Saturday they're giving out boomsticks, which are those like inflatable thingies, and you hit them and they're really loud and obnoxious. I love them. And then
obnoxious. I love them.
They're so fun. I got an Omaha Supernovas one a while ago until it popped. Probably because I was being too obnoxious with it. And then the 13th is Little League Day, and they're giving up like light up rally towels. But I kind of digress into the minutia of this. I think it's going to be really good, and I like the cities they picked, and they're really
looking at these,
like, they're really all over. I mean, you know, to rattle them off real quick, and they've gone back to some cities multiple times, but it's Rosemont, Illinois, Wichita, Kansas, Sulphur, Louisiana, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Norman, Oklahoma, Omaha, Nebraska, Seattle, Washington, Salt Lake City, Utah, Round Rock, Texas, and then the championship series will be in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So there's really not like any pattern or like region they're trying to like stick to. And I think this is for a year one, a really, really good way to do this.
I agree. I like the tour going on. And then I think this just kind of helps lay the foundation of what's best for this program and for the future of this program. What cities worked out best? We can just see the kinks, and I think it in the long run, it'll be easier with organizations and just organizing throughout the programs, which I am really, really looking forward to. If you're going to get out, if you're not doing anything this weekend, go to Omaha. Well, by the time this comes out, it'll probably be over.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, we'll be partway through game 3 of the series. Because game 3 of the series is July 13th at noon. So actually it'll probably be over. But I still think and we'll have to circle back around to this the next episode. But like, I just think it's really cool. And I'm not sure if the AUSL is going to pick cities to tether to in the future. A lot of people think they will. I think it's a great idea to do it, especially like this league is getting solid attention, and it's fun, and like there's a lot of parity in it. I mean, like I've watched bits and pieces, but last night was the first time I really sat down and watched a full game,
It was the Blaze Bandits game, and like the Blaze is the worst team in the league. The Bandits, are really up there. I mean, the Blaze were up like 7-1, and then the Bandits stormed back, made it like 9-8, and then the final score was Blaze 12, Bandits 10. And so like it was still super close. And we didn't even mention this. It's the Bandits and the Talons that are coming to Omaha. So it's just those two, but it's the best two teams in the league, which I think is a ton of fun. Like the fact that you have the best two teams in this league going round for round with each other.
It's exciting, especially just for the world of women's sports and also the softball world. It just as we continue to get more of these pro teams, it's even better for the younger girls seeing that, okay, my sport continues. My sport, I can continue to play. It's just adds more of a goal in there, which I like. Let's move into our favorite topic, which is the WNBA. We talk about it a lot, but we're going to talk about the All-Star game. Last night, we had the All-Star draft. So Caitlin Clark picked, and then Nafisa Collier picked, and right off the bat, so how this kind of works is, I looked this up, the captains first choose among 8 starters. So divvying those out, and then they go from 12 reserves. So Caitlin Clark had the first pick. She picked her Indiana Fever teammate, Ellie Boston.
Yes.
Great choice.
Well, and I
go with what you know.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week. We kind of asked, how are personal relationships going to affect the selections of the All-Star draft? And it 1000% did.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Aaliyah Boston, but I think players like Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu and Asia Wilson are better. But you saw Caitlin Clark pick her teammate with the first pick. And then, I don't know if we were going to go pick by pick, but spoiler, first pick of her reserve pool was Kelsey Mitchell, another Indiana Fever player. So she picked those players as quickly as humanly possible.
And if we're looking at Nafisa's, there's one other person on her team that is one of her teammates.
Well, part of it too was,
not a lot.
Did you get, well, first of all, there were only two links.
2 links
selected,
and
or 2 other links.
She got one of them.
First of all.
Oh, they did. Yeah. Go. No, you go.
Nafisa Collier selected a lot of her teammates from her unlimited team. I think she got the entire Owls roster from that league. And then, her first overall reserve pick was Courtney Williams. And then, she decided to wait and take for Skylar Diggins. Caitlin Clark took Kelsey Mitchell. And then with the third pick, she decided to wait to take Gabby Williams. She took Skylar Diggins, who was with her with the Owls. And then Caitlin Clark was like, you know what? I'm going to take Gabby Williams. Nafisa Collier was not happy about that, at all. She was so mad. But I mean, I think Gabby Williams.
You lose.
Yeah, exactly. You snooze, you lose. You could tell Nafisa Collier was going back and forth between Skylar Diggins and Gabby Williams. And Caitlin Clark kind of jumped. Nafisa Collier also, you could tell she really wanted Paige Beckers with her last pick. And Caitlin Clark decided to be nicer and take Satu Sabali and let Nafisa Collier get Paige Beckers, and even said to her, keep that in mind the second round that I decided to give you the player that you wanted. And then she jumped and took Gabby Williams.
And we got an Angel Reese makes the cut on the reserve team of Team Collier. How do we feel about that? So we're going to talk a little bit more about Angel Reese next segment. But looking at these reserves, not looking at just reserves, looking at both teams, which one do you think feels the most sound?
I really think, and they talked about this during the draft last night, I think it really depends on how the pace of the game turns out. Team Clark is pure offense. If this turns into a track meet, Team Clark. But I feel like Team Collier is a much more balanced attack.
Yeah.
You have shooters, obviously, like Collier, like Beckers, like Kelsey Plum, like Ryan Howard. But then you have a lot of big size players, you know, your Angel Reese's, your Neka Ogumake's, like it feels much more balanced. And honestly, I feel like when it's all said and done, like Team Collier is going to be the stronger team here. And like the bigger head, I think the biggest headline was at the end of the draft, there was a choice between the two teams if they wanted to trade. And they decided to not trade any players, but Caitlin Clark comes on and goes, "We have talked outside of this. I don't even know if this is allowed, but we're trading coaches."
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. We had a coach swap.
Which I like, honestly.
I think it's fun.
Because basically how it was supposed to work is the player with the most votes was going to end up with the coach with the best record through games July 4th. So that would have given Cheryl Reeve to Caitlin Clark. Reeve is the coach of the Lynx, and then Sandy Brondello to Nafisa Collier, who was the coach of the Liberty. And they decided to switch so that Nafisa Collier could be with her head coach, which I like a lot. I think that's way more fun.
It is fun, but part of me is kind of wishing that we had, well, obviously with these coaches, at least one of these all-stars besides the Suns, because no all-stars are Suns. It would kind of be cool to have a coach that wasn't your coach.
That's true.
For a game like this. I think it would make it more entertaining, and you also just get more involved and more developed within the league.
That's true, but like, does a player like? Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, does a player like Nafisa Collier really need more development? Like,
no, but just she's at this age where you got to make some things more fun. Just true. Adds a little bit more of add a little bit of spice. That's what it's giving. That's what it needs to give.
I will say the spice factor is there because there's a lot of interesting matchups that I'm really liking between the two teams. First of all, the one that's got, like, we have to address the elephant in the room. The one that's going to make headlines. Angel Reese is not on Team Clark.
Yeah.
So they're going to be against each other. And everyone's going to talk about that.
Yeah, like, it's going to, God forbid, I think it's going to be one of the top stories. They're going to make that the headline of this. And in my opinion, that's not really the thing. Obviously, was it something that I thought of? Yes. But was it the first thing that I correlated this whole thing with? No. And I feel like that just needs to become more of a universal thing where it's not just a competition between two people. It's a competition between the best of the best in the WNBA, and two of those best of the best just happen to be on two different teams.
Yeah. But I also, and that's the thing, is like, I wanted to address it because it's the elephant in the room, but there are way bigger matchups that I really like. The big one that really, really stands out to me is Sabrina Ionescu versus Brianna Stewart.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. Like, they are two of the best players in the WNBA. Stewie obviously won multiple MVPs.
Yeah.
And then Sabrina has been one of the best players in kind of this new generation of basketball players. I absolutely love both of them. They are both huge threats on the offense, and seeing them go against each other is going to be a ton of fun. That is the matchup that I'm most excited for, easily.
I kind of I was trying to look at things to discuss, and a site that I wanted to, some of you have already probably heard about this, but Just Women's Sports, where it gives you and there's also I was about to say www.nebrwestland. ESPN, that's a W on ESPN where they give you all the women's headlines. But something that I've been really looking into, I found this on justwomensports.com. The USA basketball lifted the 2025 FIBA America Cup trophy on Sunday. So more looking into the basketball, our USA basketball team looking great. They are defending their championship in Brazil. They won 92-84 in the tournament for the 5th time.
They're simply like that. I mean, this was one I did not get the chance to watch nearly as much of as I should have. But I mean, you saw a lot of really, really good players
come out of this. I mean, Audie Crooks was the main one that I was noticing. A player that is going to take over the WNBA in a few years, just because she's such a different player. She was really instrumental in that win. I'm really happy to see her, succeed as much as she did in that tournament.
Especially with teams that are we see this not just in basketball, but with national teams within volleyball as well. I love seeing rivals, you could say, within the NCAA come together to play for their countries, which gives you chills. It just gives you chills. You just love it. It's just sports in America. That's what it's giving, and I love it.
Sports in America.
Sports in America.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel patriotic.
I mean, you saw Reagan Beers and Madison Booker, which Oklahoma and Texas, like, that's obviously that. It doesn't get much more rivalry than that. Like, it was really cool. It's really cool to see players like that end up there. So
for sure.
Yeah, like Hannah Stolke, Audie Crooks, Iowa State. Like, yeah, I love it.
Loving it. All right, we're going to throw it to our first break. When we get back, we're going to talk about something that made headlines today. Was it today?
It was today at the time of recording. So Wednesday, July 9th.
Something has made headlines, and we're also going to run down Wimbledon. We'll just talk about that for a little bit. We will see you after the break.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2. Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing a family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woodsboro's Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text or call me at 402-525-0843. That's 402-525-0843.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
Welcome back to the second segment of That's a W, where we talk all women's sports. Because remember, Jeffrey, everyone watches women's sports.
Boom. We're getting way better at that.
Truly. And it's just so crisp in here, and it makes me feel like I'm really speaking.
It feels like
I just came out of the womb and I'm listening to myself speak for the first time again. That's not a good analogy, but it's
that was not a
because
phrase.
I spoke right away.
Spoke the moment she came out of the womb.
Right.
Ellie,
away.
what were your first words at the hospital? Was it everyone watches women's sports?
It was that's a W, obviously.
She knew 22 years prior that this was going to happen.
All right. Let's jump into something that we saw today. I was texting Jeffrey, hey, can you come in at this time? And he said, great. Then right after that, he dropped something that was, I double taked it. I will say that. I read it and had to read it again. Angel Reese to be on the 2K26 cover.
Yes.
I'm not lying. I obviously had to go straight to Twitter. People obviously have things to say on Twitter. We were talking about this before. It's not even Twitter anymore. It's X. Jeffrey, tell me how you feel about the platform X.
So I said this before because for those of you who don't know, most of what my actual job is outside of saying outlandish things on air is I do social media content creation here. And some of you may have seen that I posted something about Eric Strickland yesterday, kind of sounding off on the comments Scott Frost made. On Instagram, it's doing solid. YouTube, it's doing well. But on X, it has blown up. To put in perspective, I think on Instagram, it's got about 1,000 views. YouTube, I think it's like at 2 or 3. Instagram, it's almost 70,000 views. And I think the reason for that, my brother put it very well. He said, X is the place for hateful comments, which is very accurate.
I just feel like compared to other social media platforms, X is where people feel like they can speak their mind the most.
Yeah.
Where they can hide the easiest, if you might ask.
Which is very interesting because I feel like it's easier to dox people on Twitter than like any other.
Yeah.
Any other.
But they'll just be going. A while ago, I enjoyed it because within the games of women's sports betting is a huge thing that is happening, and a bunch of people do it. I know people that probably shouldn't be doing it, but they still do. And Jeffrey told me the other day that instead of people commenting on players of the WNBA saying great game, they're commenting on their posts and saying, you ruined my parlay.
I saw someone do that to Cameron Brink last year. It was kind of funny. It's bad, but
I love it.
I love it too.
Let's take accountability for one, the game, the players, and that they're ruining people's parlays. You are so well known now.
Why did you decide to go into this? This was a harsh transition. I'm here for it, but
I know this
was not on the pregame script.
Hey. It's something that needs to be talked about.
We do love spontaneous.
So moving back into the Angel Reese not issue, but this is something that's come to the surface. The latest edition of the NBA 2K franchise is set to release on September 5th, 2025. And on Wednesday, we got our first look at the 3 stars that will make up the 4 different NBA 2K26 covers. I'm going to butcher this name. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Angel Reese and Carmelo Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got. Kind of a weird mixture, if you ask me. But obviously people on X are going, where's CC? Why don't we have Caitlin Clark on here? I obviously, I right away knew that was going to be one of the top things that people were saying on X. Jeffrey, what was your reaction when you saw this?
Honestly, I'm going to be so candid with you. I thought it was fake because I saw it come across my feed and I thought, first of all, from a purely artistic standpoint, the cover looks bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't look real.
I thought that was just somebody. That's the actual cover.
Yes, that is the actual cover.
I thought that was not a mock-up, but somebody had made they found out that, she's going to be on the cover. And they made an AI generated cover.
No, I'm on hoopshype.com.
I'm looking.
This is the cover. It just from art, it looks like it's AI generated, honestly.
It doesn't look well.
No, it doesn't look good. At all. Especially because you look at the players surrounding her that are obviously placeholder players, but they're in this scarlety, almost Nebraska red.
Uh-huh.
No team in the league has that. Like
fever sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't have those yellow accents like that. They don't look like the Fever uniforms,
and the Atlanta's uniforms are much more of a deeper.
It's just not the ratio.
It looks bad.
I just like how much effort was put into that one,
especially when you look at
and you could say the same thing for the other two.
Yeah. They're not exactly great, especially when you look at like some of the older covers, like where
did we go wrong? We're supposed to be on the up and up, not going down.
The Carmelo Anthony one looks solid, but like even the SGA one, like that doesn't look good. But like, I think like the first year of the WNBA covers was in the 2022 games, like with Candace Parker. That looks really good. And even Luka Doncic was on the cover as well. Like it's this very cool, like artsy, like style, like this almost like choppy, almost Picasso-esque paint. Like it looks cool. Like it looks
it looks like there was more than a few weeks put into that.
Yeah.
A few months. The one that we're getting now looks like I could make that on Canva.
Honestly, it looks like someone typed into into Chat GPT, put Angel Reese on the WNBA.
Do we think that this was cover. Fully? We're saying that it looks AI generated. The chances of it actually being AI generated are not zero.
Yeah, they're not zero. They're not. They're not. I mean, I have my own opinions about AI, which I could definitely go into because first of all, I've aired them out in a journalistic setting before. I wrote for a paper last summer and I wrote a very long article about it. So this would not be the first time. But it's just, I don't know. It also like, it feels lifeless. And like, also like you look at the Leave No Doubt edition, which has all three athletes on it. First of all three covers are recycled.
Mm-hmm.
They took the same pictures and put them on this cover. And those are the three most prominent images. And then the remaining 6 pictures, I genuinely I could put this together in 10 minutes in Photoshop. It's literally just background remover, put it on a PNG, layer it. That's it.
Yeah, we're not super impressed. No. I think that we should go back to the drawing board. Angel Reese said in a quote, "Being on the cover of NBA 2K26 and debuting my first ever signature shoe with Reebok on that cover, the Angel Reese one is more than a milestone. It's a statement. It's about representation and showing young girls they can be confident, bold, and take up space unapologetically. To be cemented in NBA 2K history is a special honor that reflects not only my journey, but also all the veteran WNBA players who have paved the way before me and the growing impact of the league as a whole." I like the mention of veteran players.
I do like that.
How do you feel about she's only this is only her second year. Her getting this opportunity compared to veterans like Kelsey Plum. I think going to be, I'm betting you like $50 right now. When this news hits Kelsey Plum, her first thought is not going to be feeling really great. For Angel Reese, it's going to be resentment.
Yeah, and it's so I may get on a soapbox here for a second. Point blank, I'm not happy that Angel Reese is on here. And I want to clarify, if Caitlin Clark was on here, I probably wouldn't be much happier. If Paige Beckers was on here, I'd be more upset. And the reason for that is because from an objective standpoint in the WNBA, those players haven't accomplished a whole lot. It's not a bad thing. It's the fact that they've been in the league for a year and a half.
Like, I'm not going to we're looking at the people that are on these covers, Carmelo Anthony and Angel Reese. 2 people that, 1, I wouldn't put together, and 2, that do not have the same accolades at all.
And like, let's just even look at like the WNBA players that have made it on this cover before. So they started doing this 5 years ago. The players that have made it on in 22, it was Candace Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was a dual cover with Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird. Then it was Sabrina Ionescu. Then it was Asia Wilson. The worst player out of those 4, from a objective standpoint, I don't think there's a discussion, is Sabrina Ionescu. She's the only player out of those 5 that doesn't have an MVP. When you are in a conversation where the worst player is Sabrina Ionescu, easily,
then you got to put
you saying that right away. I was like, it says a lot.
Like, that's the thing.
It says a lot.
Like, most of those players, actually, I think every one of those players except Sabrina have won multiple MVPs.
It's
yeah,
just
sorry, Diana only won once, but still.
It kind of just goes against what we've been saying about giving the people that deserve their flowers, because obviously, yes, this is awesome. And if I was Angel Reese, I don't know how it got brought up or brought into conversation. If I'm Angel Reese and this was offered to me, I would be stupid not to say yes, personally. But also I would think to myself, was I your first pick? Because you could also look into these veteran players that could possibly be shown in a different light.
And that's the thing. Is, I think about there are active players in the WNBA that have MVPs that have not been on the cover. Breanna Stewart has never been on the cover. Jonquel Jones has never been on the cover. Nneka Ogwumike has never been on the cover. Even elite players from Chicago. Like, honestly, if I was Angel Reese and I wanted like Sky representation, which by the way, Candace Parker has already been on there and she was wearing all Sky jerseys, I would look at them and go, why are you not picking Courtney Vandersloot?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even really the fact that it's Angel Reese on this cover. It's the fact that, like, you know, like SGA won the MVP and the NBA finals this year. Like, of course he's going to be on the cover. So I guess it's just, again, like, and I see people in the, like, on Twitter, a lot of things I'm seeing is like, oh, it should have been Caitlin Clark. No, it shouldn't have. No, it shouldn't have. I mean, obviously, listen, if we're talking an NCAA basketball game, we're having a different discussion.
Yeah.
But WNBA, only thing she's accomplished so far is Rookie of the Year. That's not a bad thing. It's because she's been in the league for a year and a half. Like, I don't know.
Who's your cover spot? Who's your ideal? You're no questions asked. You're putting that person on the cover.
Breanna Stewart. This year, it's Breanna Stewart.
Yeah.
She has multiple MVPs. And she won the WNBA last year. If it's not her, it's Nafisa Collier. But
oh my gosh, I knew you were going to say those two. I had a feeling.
But it's because, like, at Nafisa, I would put
Nafisa.
You would?
That would be my choice.
I wouldn't be mad about it, because she's probably going to win MVP this year. But she just hasn't accomplished as much as Breanna Stewart. And it's just, Stewie's been in the league forever. She's a first team All-Star. She's the oldest player on the All-Stars. She's won MVP twice, and recently, like, she won MVP over 30. That's really impressive. And she won the WNBA last year. It should be Breanna Stewart. Like, full stop. I mean, there's plenty of athletes I wouldn't be upset with. Honestly, I would say Asia Wilson if she wasn't the cover athlete last year, but you can't repeat cover athletes.
No.
But yeah, and again, it's not a matter. It's really not even a matter of it being Angel Reese. It's a matter of, I can think of so many players this year that it should be above her. So I don't know.
There's also just other options that we can be the cover of later. And I think also a part of it is she's trying to promote her shoe that's coming out.
Which, I'm going to be honest, like, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'm going to be so serious. Like, promoting, like, using an honor this big to promote something else. I don't know. That I don't know. That just doesn't sit right with me. Maybe I'm alone in that, but I think that, like, being a cover athlete is such a huge honor. It's such a huge honor.
Especially you have to look at the organization. What are you promoting? NBA 2K is huge. Absolutely huge. And for this crossover is just crazy, in my opinion.
Well, especially, like, Angel Reese is now officially the youngest player, at least WNBA wise.
The fastest.
Yeah, the fastest to the cover. I mean, it took Sabrina 3 years. And that's 3-4 years, and that's still pretty fast.
Yeah.
But Sabrina at that point, like, had really already kind of started to solidify herself. I think there's even an argument to be made that Sabrina was a little bit too fast, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about this year because this is new news.
Yeah.
I think I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know, if I'm a Brianna Stewart, if I'm an Afisa Collier, if I'm a Kelsey Plum, if I'm or not Rakia Jackson, I'm sorry, if I'm a De'Erica Hamby, I'm kind of looking at this going, what do I got to do to get on here?
Yeah.
What do I got to do to even like?
What did I not do?
Yeah.
Because there's just so many players that are here putting in the work, putting in the time, and out working out, playing players that are getting more kudos than others, which this was kind of against everything. I don't know why I'm thinking about this now. Everything that I'm saying, that yay, give the kudos to these rookies coming in, the people that are making a new name for the WNBA. But now I'm taking it back and saying, hey, there's people still here. Hey guys, we're still here. Raise your hand for the people in the back.
I think it's because it's how do I word that?
Stand on your tippy toes, let them see you.
It's a matter of where the respect is being given. You know? And this is not just a WNBA thing. Like, you know, if they're coming up with Madden athletes, if you put Jaden Daniels on the cover, I would look at you and go, like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And and it's frankly, it's a little bit different because I think Jaden Daniels is better as an NFL player than, you know, Angel Reese is in the WNBA. But, you know, it's also like, okay, would you put Cooper Flagg on the NBA 2K cover?
No.
Like, I don't.
Oh, when you put it. See, yeah, put it in a different perspective. Put it into, like, think of anyone else and flip that role into a different league. People are going to be just as upset, even more.
And it's like Cooper Flagg. Like, I've had numerous friends say to me, Cooper Flagg is the best NBA prospect we've seen in years. And I don't disagree.
No.
It's just a matter of, like.
No, we're not sitting here saying that these people don't deserve X, Y, and Z. We're just saying that they deserve other things besides this big kahuna of a 2K cover.
Because the other thing, too, is the NBA 2K covers, and really any video game cover, really, I feel like shows legacy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, the NBA athletes before this were, you know, Jason Tatum, Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, still scrolling, Devin Booker, Michael Jordan, like players with cemented legacies.
Yeah.
And Angel Reese hasn't cemented that yet. It's not a bad thing.
No, it's
and
not.
I mean, again, like if you came to me and said, if like they came out and were like, hey, this was a mistake, we're actually releasing NCAA basketball and we're putting Angel Reese on the cover of that, I'd go, oh, that makes much more sense. And I think that's actually super cool.
Yeah.
She cemented her legacy in the NCAA. But that's the thing, is I feel like this kind of cover is supposed to really be a legacy thing, and she just hasn't done that yet.
That's very well said. I like what you said about that. Yeah. It's a legacy thing. And that needs to, I think that goes for moving forward. Legacy needs to be shown. You should get your kudos. You should get these different accolades because of the legacy that you've built. And unfortunately, I don't think Angel has done that yet. And we're not sitting here saying that she's not going to continue that legacy. Like it's going to continue to grow. She's going to continue to be that player. It's just not, we're not 100% sure on it now. We're going to throw it to our last break. When we get back, we're going to do something different. I came up with this. It's called Start Bench Cut, where I like give Jeffrey 3 WNBA players, and he has to tell me who he would start, who he would bench, and who he would cut. And then we'll just give one little update on Wimbledon, what is going on within the tennis world, all that and more when we get back to That's a W.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Welcome back to the last quick little segment of That's a W. Before this, we had a long talk about Angel Reese, 2K. Jeffrey, have you ever played 2K?
I have not, honestly. I've never been much of a video game. I talked with Austin about this the other night because we talked about College Football 26. I've never been much of a video game guy, and if I have been, it's like Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like
I was a big Wii gal.
That's so
and that's
valid.
really the only
So
Wii
valid.
and Just Dance.
Ooh.
I love Just Dance.
I love Just Dance. It's so much fun. What's your favorite song on Just Dance?
My favorite one, I know every move, is Where Have You Been by
That's
Rihanna.
so valid.
My second one is Dark Horse.
Also valid.
Katy Perry. I think these are all just great ones. If you're gonna learn one and memorize it, I recommend those two.
I think I still have every move to On the Floor by Jennifer Lopez and Pitbull.
Oh, that one's a
that dance
good
went crazy.
one.
That dance went crazy.
That one was
that was
good.
so much fun. I love Just Dance.
No notes for that one, truly.
No notes.
All right. Also, last segment before we went to break, I mentioned a new thing that I want to start, and that's called Start Bench and Cut, where I asked Jeffrey who he would start bench and cut out of three randomized WNBA players. So we have Asia Wilson from Las Vegas Aces.
Okay.
Sabrina Ionescu from New York Liberty. And Angel Reese, Chicago Sky.
So, okay, first of all, I want to ask, are you talking about like just this season, or are we talking like all time?
All time.
Okay. Honestly, that makes this.
And this makes this what?
This makes this a lot easier for me, honestly.
Okay, then let's do just season.
Okay.
And you have to give reasons why.
Okay, so.
And then we'll see if ours line up.
Yes, respectfully, cutting Angel Reese.
Thought that was going to happen. Yes.
Yes,
sure.
I'm gonna cut Angel Reese. You know, she's been very good. She's been solid in the post, but I think that how do I word this? She is a player that relies a lot on herself. She doesn't
view the rest of the court.
Relies on herself to get that one record for rebounds, because none of those rebounds would be coming from anyone but her.
I was going to say that.
Right when you said that, that's what I thought of.
Damn. Anyways, but yeah, I think that her ability to see the court is a big problem. I think that her just field vision is not good. Then we get into Sabrina Ionescu and A'ja Wilson. If we're talking all time, it was very easily for me going to be A'ja Wilson start, Sabrina Ionescu cut, or Sabrina Ionescu bench. I'm sorry. Because A'ja Wilson,
I have a feeling
think
that's what it was going to be.
in the 21st century, or in the 2020s, A'ja Wilson has been one of the best players in the WNBA. However, this season she has been a little bit more down. Part of it, I think, is just the fact that Vegas as a whole has been kind of down. They're sitting at 9-10. They are reeling for a playoff spot despite having an MVP caliber player. Sabrina has been I kind of feel like an almost player this season. She's always like top 5, but she can't get that push to like MVP level. But she does.
There's a lot of players that way.
She does have a title. She is very, very good, and I think that on just about any other team in the league, she'd be the best player. But when you're on a team with someone like Breanna Stewart and John Cole Jones and Natasha Cloud, it's up for debate.
Yeah.
It's close for this season, but I am going to give the nod to A'ja Wilson because she is on a team that is a little bit worse and is still putting up MVP numbers, is still putting up numbers that are getting her the top 5 of odds voting. So it's close, but I'm going to go start A'ja Wilson, bench Sabrina Ionescu, cut Angel Reese.
I agree. Those are really good. From the talks that we've had, from the discussions, I'm going the same. Okay. That's in my head, and you just laid some bars there that
Thank
were.
You. I appreciate that.
Sometimes you just say some things where it gives me an epiphany, where I'm like, oh my, like a light bulb goes off in my head, and I think to myself, that was really good.
Ellie, you're so kind.
Somebody should write that down.
Really sweet.
Remember that. I'm being very nice. All right.
Still threatening.
Do you know what's going on? Let's wrap things up with Wimbledon. Have you been keeping up like I've been keeping up?
I keep saying that I'm going to watch it in the morning, and then I keep sleeping in. But it's
we're into the semifinals.
Yes, we're into the semifinals.
17-year-old out.
Yes, 17-year-old I fear is out. Sigamond is also out, I fear. But the chaos hasn't fully slowed down. First of all, Sigamond took Sabalenka like it wasn't a blowout.
No,
like
there were some tiebreakers that we had to get through.
Yeah, Sigamond took the first set, and then set 2 was a blowout, 6-2, and then 6-4 in the final one. Sabalenka kind of had to sneak that one out, but then Andreeva, who was the 7th ranked player, lost to an unranked player from is that Norway, I believe. She lost to Benchik, and so you have a unranked player in the semifinals. So it is Sabalenka, and then it is Anisimova, who was 13, and then Benchik, and then you have Swiatek, who is ranked number 8. Those semifinals at the time of recording will be tomorrow, so Thursday, July 10th at 9:30 or at 9 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. And then the championship will be on July 12th at 8 a.m.
So we will have a champion.
Yes, we will have a champion the next time we come back here. Do you think that, Sabalenka is going to fully avoid the upsets, or do you think we're going to see some more crazy stuff happen before this is all said and done?
I think we get past all this crazy, and the number 1 comes out as number 1. That's what I'm going to go for.
I can agree with that. I think she's done very, very well. She's had some very, very pretty games. And then she's had some not so pretty games. I mean, against Brandstein in her first round, I mean, it was 6-1 and then 7-5. Just about every game she's played has gone to 2 sets, but she had that ugly matchup. And I said this, I feel like in every sport, the telling factor of a good athlete or a good coach is being able to win ugly sometimes, being able to be put in a pressure situation and come out with the win.
Mhm.
So I like her to win it all. Between Swiatek and Benchik, though, who do you like?
Swiatek.
I agree. I think she's had a really hard path to get here.
Mhm.
And I mean, because I'm double checking that right now.
She just continues to take care of business,
Yeah.
and I'm rooting for her.
Because she had 3 unranked opponents, but then she played the 23rd ranked player, and then she played the 19th ranked player, and she had 1 3-setter, but she's kind of breezed through these opponents. I don't think it's been. How do I word this? I like her this matchup against Benchik because of how well she's done, but I think because she's breezed through, she may not be as battle tested as Sabalenka, and I think that's why Sabalenka is ultimately going to win.
Yeah.
So Sabalenka over Swiatek is my ultimate pick overall.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
In about a week and a half. It's gonna be a long time without this show. I'm gonna be sad.
Truly, yeah. We'll be a while, but we'll be back.
Yes.
We promise you'll hear our voices soon enough.
You guys can't get rid of us.
Great show coming through this week. We hope that you guys have a great start to your week. When this airs, it'll be Sunday. The next day will be Monday. So everybody have a great week. We will see you next time, because remember, everyone watches women's sports.
God bless. Go watch women's sports.
That's the W, everybody.
Yeah.
We will see you later.